Okay, finally I think we are live. So welcome back everyone. So a lot of people actually thought that there is going to be no live, no cryptocurrency news on the channel. The 5th of July was the last day for the channel. Well, that's not really the case, everyone. The channel is going to be continuing. It doesn't matter what India decides to do, whether it's 5th of July or 4th of July, we are going to continue with this live. And we are going to continue talking about cryptocurrencies, because the cryptocurrencies never sleeps. Like I want to keep saying that cryptocurrency never sleeps. That's also true. And also cryptocurrencies does not belong to one particular country. So it does not really matter what's going on in India. Doesn't really matter what's going on in India, whether India is banning it or India is not banning it or things like that. Or let me see, there is some problem, I guess. Is it a private live? Is it a private live? So I want everyone to see. Okay, are we live or not? Can you say hi if you're watching? Umesh Badar, what's up? I was worried for a minute whether we are live or not, but thank you so much, Umesh. Amazing to see you right here, right now. But what exactly happened? Oh. I think we are live, correct? I hope we are live. Lakshmi, Narsimha, Reddy, Kosanan, hi Shiv, how are you? Right, so coming back to the topic. So a lot of people actually were thinking that maybe there will be no more cryptocurrency news from the channel. There will be no more live because it's already 5th of July. The cryptocurrency exchanges are shut down in India. There is no more trading happening. People are not buying, people are not selling. So why should we have the live? That's not really the case, everyone. We are going to be doing the live, this live every night, and we are going to continue with all the news that I keep bringing into you. And the reason why, because cryptocurrencies are truly global and cryptocurrency never sleeps. And so one of the interesting development that I recently saw a tweet from one of my favorite creator, Charles Hoskinson, the ADA. After Ethereum, he started creating ADA, and he was recently invited at Google office. Google invited him to speak about the blockchain and Cardano technology. And he has a tweet which is really interesting, and this is something that every Indian should definitely read out. And so the tweet is that, hi Dinakar, how are you? We are live indeed. Amazing, Umesh. I was just wondering that what went wrong. But YouTube does not send out the notification, is what I feel. Let me just put this in the Telegram group and all the other groups so that more people can join us. But as you can see, what the rest of the country, the rest of the world has to say about India's decision. I think the rest of the world is actually laughing at India for really taking this kind of decision. In fact, you have already heard some of the comments from what's the name of the person? Tone Waves, right? Tone Waves was the guy who was talking. Tone Waves has got a YouTube channel, by the way, in case you want to check that out. So he was actually speaking on the channel that India just decides to do whatever the heck they want to do. And this was when the RTI report came out from the RBI saying that they haven't done any research before they came out with a decision of banning all the exchanges and withdrawing all the banking support from the cryptocurrency exchanges. While we can always say that the cryptocurrency exchanges or the bank accounts are not so important, but what you have to realize is that it's an integral part. Because without exchanges having the banks, how is one supposed to buy cryptocurrency, or how is one supposed to sell cryptocurrencies? Like the trading in cash is, first of all, it's extremely risky. Second of all, regulators will not be able to keep the data as to who is trading, who is not. So it's extremely inconvenience for the investors, traders. It is extremely inconvenience for the country as a whole. And even if you talk about the like kind of development for the India, you are literally stopping that with these kind of move, and so that's not feasible, right? So we definitely need all the cryptocurrency exchanges having the bank accounts so that more and more people can benefit. And what I understand and what I believe is that so many families in India today who are totally reliable on these cryptocurrencies, new crypto class. This is the new asset class. So there are many families, I mean, there are many traders. I believe, of course, there are some bad players also, but I think the person who is going to be affected are actually the middle class people, are the small people who has been, for them, it has been a bread and butter. So I hope that India really decides something better. But let's go through this tweet, because this is a very interesting tweet. Let me see if I can share this on 20 people watching. That means yes, more people got the notification. Please hit the like, guys. Everyone, thank you so much everyone for joining, by the way, and hit the like or the dislike and leave your chat. I really want to read your chat and want to take your opinion on this. India, Charles Hoskinson, the creator of Cardano, who was recently invited at Google's office, one of the biggest, the giant internet company, Google, invited Charles Hoskinson for a blockchain session. And Charles Hoskinson tweeted, "India, throw your leaders out. Unless you want to endure another century of poverty, the world is changing. It won't wait for you to catch up." This is powerful, extremely powerful. The world is changing and it won't wait for you. Simple. What does it mean? Now, this is not the first time it's happening in India, and this is something that I realized, that the policymakers in India and the regulators have always had the same attitude, have had the same approach when it comes to really adopting the technology. Do you remember the case of Flipkart? Let me know in the chat box, yes or no. Do you remember what happened with the Flipkart when they wanted to launch a Flipkart as a company? I'm waiting for your response in the chat box, yes or no. Do you remember the Flipkart case? Do you remember what happened with Flipkart when Flipkart wanted to register in India when they started? And by the way, just to let you know, Flipkart is not an Indian company, though it's founded by the Indian founders, but they are not an Indian company. They are the company based out in Singapore. And so my question to you is, if you are here in the chat box, I want to know, do you know about the case of Flipkart? Yes or no? Super Indian says no. Idinakar says yes. Ravindra says no. Ravindra says no. Okay. Umesh says yes. Crypto no. Ravindra no. Super Indian no. Okay, so there are many no's. So let me just share this story of Flipkart with you. And of course, this story is not something that I'm making it up. You can always cross-verify on Google Baba as we call it. Go on to Google and find out the Flipkart story. But let me share this, what exactly happened with Flipkart. So there are many no's here. थिंक पॉजिटिव से उसने तो कर दिया ट्वीट, हम क्या करेंगे, ये सोचना चाहिए, हम लोग बहुत सारे हैं, कुछ मिल के सोल्यूशन निकालना चाहिए. राइट. Okay, so here is the Flipkart story. So many people have said no, they haven't heard of the Flipkart story. So let me share with you what exactly happened. So I don't know the exact year, but this is again something that I read on internet, and I've heard from many people who are into businesses, who are doing some of the other business. This is the story that they keep telling us, is that when Flipkart started their e-commerce business in India, and of course they were inspired by Amazon in US, right? So Flipkart thought of a similar idea. Now this is a very common, if you see any company which is, so this is the basic difference from India and US, right? When somebody builds a company in India, they actually think from the Indian perspective. They only look at the Indian market. But when you look at, when an entrepreneur thinks of an idea, thinks of a project, thinks of a company in US and other countries, they actually think of having a global product, global market, right? They don't just target the Americans, they target the whole world, the global market. So what happened with Flipkart is the Flipkart founders, Bansal brothers, as I know, they came up with this idea of e-commerce. They got inspired by what Amazon was doing. So Amazon of course was big, and they came up with this, you know. So Flipkart says, can we be another Amazon? And they said, the Flipkart said that, you know what, we want to launch an e-commerce company here in India. Okay. And of course they're going to sell this online, and they took this idea, and it was a very early age in internet here in India. Of course, in India I think internet came very late. Again, I don't know the exact years, but what I have heard that India had very late internet, right? So when Flipkart started this idea of e-commerce, they approached the regulators for a license. Now, for every business you need a license, right? And since e-commerce was a very new concept in India, regulators could not understand what e-commerce is. And they replied to Flipkart business model of something like this, that, you know what, if you start selling things online, what if you cheat people? What if you run away with people's money? What if people pay you and then you don't deliver the product? So this was something that was told to Flipkart. And they were also told that if you start selling things online, then what will happen to the merchants which are on the street, right? Who will buy it from there? And so they did not actually approve a license for the Flipkart. Guess what Flipkart did? Flipkart had to be registered in Singapore. So Flipkart, they could not register in India, and they had to register in Singapore. Now, as you know, after a decade or so, I don't know, I think it's about 10 years old company, Flipkart. It's one of the biggest brand today in India, right? Billions of people trading every day. Recently, you must have heard about the story that Walmart actually acquired Flipkart, right? And a lot of Indians thought, and they took pride in this, that, you know, we are so proud that one of the Indian firm is being acquired by Walmart. But not many people know that Flipkart is not an actual Indian company. It was based in Singapore. And so there is no, I will share a video probably if I can. But how was that story? Let me know. The same thing with e-commerce. Government always react this way to the new booming idea. Yes. Let me reopen it. People watching. Amazing. Thank you so much everyone for joining. As you know, the cryptocurrency exchanges right now in India are not functional. They have stopped the deposits and withdrawal. That does not mean that we don't do this live. That does not mean that we don't talk. That does not mean that we shouldn't be excited about cryptocurrency. Remember, I think this is something that everyone should know, that cryptocurrencies never sleeps. The Bitcoin never sleeps. And also, Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies do not belong to one particular country. They are truly global. Does not matter what one country decides to do. Okay. So just to give you an example, right now, today, you have, okay, by the way, this is something that came from Sandeep Goenka, the founder of Zepe. He tweeted that South Korea, Philippines, Japan, US, Switzerland, and more done. So basically, Joseph Young, one of the reporter with Cointelegraph, he mentioned that for the first time, the government of South Korea will recognize crypto exchanges as regulated financial institutions. Earlier, crypto exchanges were considered as communication vendors. Now they are categorized as crypto asset exchange and brokerage. So this is a news from South Korea. One of a very interesting and very important point that I really want to mention here is that even though the Korea had not drawn the regulations for the cryptocurrency exchanges there, as you can see, they are now coming up with the regulations. So it's not that they had the regulations already. They never had the regulations. But you know what happened? Now they are back with the regulations and they did not shut down any exchanges. Right? So they did not have to shut down the exchange in order to come up with the regulations. So earlier they were called as communication vendors. They continued these exchanges as communication vendors. In the meantime, they kept working on the regulatory draft, and now they come up with the regulations for the cryptocurrency exchanges. So it is not that because I'm coming up with a regulation, you'll have to wait for 1 month. Shut down the exchanges for 2 months or 3 months. I'm working for the regulations. Well, that's not really the case which happened with the South Korea. You see? Jangale, good to see you, man. Where have you been? Hey, Gaurav, what's up, man, brother? E-commerce government always react. Exactly. Baldeep Bhatia, हमारी गवर्नमेंट को ईमेल का ही पता नहीं, ई-कॉमर्स कहाँ से पता चलता? Look at Flipkart today, same thing going on with crypto. Exactly, Umesh. It's the same thing going on. And it's very sad to know that India is on a path of brain drain. Now, brain drain is another topic that I've mentioned in the video. And why did I mention the brain drain? Now, it's a very simple logic. Now, if you look at these large companies, like for example, companies like Google, companies like Pepsi, companies like Microsoft, and I'm sure there are many more. If you look at the head or the CEO of these companies, the people are actually heading these companies are the people who are Indians, right? Why do you think these guys actually leave India and work for someone else's company in other countries like US? Do they not have capabilities to build something of their own here in India? So don't you think India would have the same potential? Because India has talent. The reason India is not able to retain those talents is because of the policy makers, because of the regulators, right? Otherwise, Indians are really smart, right? Would you agree with me? Gaurav says, I still believe crypto will flourish in India. It might take some time. I have friends from IIT who also believes cryptocurrency is not going to survive. What? Oh, is it? Is not going to survive or is it going to survive? Deepak says, hi Shiv, still positive. Thank you so much, Deepak. Amazing to have you. A long time no seen. Yeah, Gaurav, where have you been? Are government afraid of technology? Thinking. Baldeep says, thank you so much, Umesh, for the donation. 100 rupees. Nice info and true story on e-commerce. Same thing going on with crypto. Deserves a like from all of us. Thank you so much, buddy. Always encouraging. भाई इंडिया में पीयर टू पीयर एक्सचेंज पर कुछ रोक है क्या? अब तक तो कुछ रोक नहीं है. इनफैक्ट सारे लोग पीयर टू पीयर ही कर रहे हैं. कॉइनेक्स भी पीयर टू पीयर कर रहा है, वजीरेक्स भी पीयर टू पीयर कर रहा है, जियोटस भी पीयर टू पीयर कर रहा है. तो बिल्कुल रोक नहीं है. मेरे ख्याल से कुछ रोक भी होना नहीं चाहिए क्योंकि ये तो पीयर टू पीयर है. सो अभी तो कुछ ऐसा रोक आया नहीं है, तो यू कैन ट्रेड. दीपक, देयर इज कंप्लीट ट्रूथ इन चार्ल्स हॉस्किंसon's tweet. If our government regulated our exchanges in good manner, they can earn good amount in money from the taxes. Exactly. Good. I am moving to Thailand next year. Sikt is moving to Thailand next year. We should always be positive. Jangale, what's up, brother? Indian government said and policy makers are aged people. We need young generation to change the world. So India will be developed country very soon. Exactly. You know the best part about what regulators think that people in India can't see anything. And you know that's not really true. Today we are living on internet. Now Twitter is truly global. So you can't actually make people believe something else. You can't make people believe like cryptocurrencies are bad. You can't make people believe like cryptocurrencies are used for money laundering. You can't make people believe that this is, you can lose all your money, and that is why we don't want you to lose money, and that is why we want to close down cryptocurrency exchanges. It's very difficult to convince for any regulators or the government. Why? Because of the internet. Well, everything is visible. See, everybody is there on the Facebook, on the Twitter handle. The news is global, and people can literally see that what's going on in South Korea. People can literally see what is going on in US, and so people will have straight away question that, listen, you don't make us the fool. We exactly know what we're doing. And if the cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology was so bad, why South Korea will regulate it? Why Japan will regulate it? Why US will regulate it? Right? So because it's very difficult for any regulators to actually, build the belief into their people, saying that cryptocurrencies are bad, and that is why we want to save you, and that is why we close down the exchanges. That's not the formula that's going to work, because people are smart enough. People exactly know what's going on in the rest of the world. People can see everything on the Twitter. People can watch the news. People can read. So it's very difficult. Long live this channel and crypto. Thank you so much, Gaurav, for the donation. 400 rupees. Thank you so much, Gaurav, for the donation. Really. And thank you so much, everyone, for really supporting this. Sometimes it's just overwhelming, guys. I just love this session, though. Our problem is that talented people are not allowed to grow in India, and when they are eventually succeed outside India, we claim that they are Indians and feel fake pride about it. Sad truth. Exactly. That's so true. Every Indian just takes a fake pride, saying that the CEO of the Google is an Indian guy, the CEO of the PepsiCo is an Indian, the CEO of that is an Indian. Come on, why did they have to first of all go to somewhere else? I mean, nobody have gone behind the reason as to why they had to go somewhere else. Probably we have heard a lot of stories about people really leaving India. So I think it's clearly a brain drain going on here in India, and it's not going on right now. Of course, people, we since we are into crypto, we realize that now. But if you look at the history, it's been happening for a very long time, I guess. I think it's been happening for more than 2 decades or 3 decades, or maybe even 50 years. Even since the India got the independence, like 1947, I think the same thing has been going on. Because a lot of people actually say that China and India started together, and China is a much developed country compared to what India is. And look at Dubai, right? So I think a lot has to do with the policymakers, a lot has to do with the regulators, a lot has to do with the people who really understand the technology, and that helps the country grow. So that's what I think. As heard from Indie Crypto video, RBI is coming up with the regulations by 13th of July. That's amazing. If they are coming up with that's amazing. I think that is what people really want here in India, because what I come across, this is something that I also tweeted this morning, that there are millions of traders, cryptocurrencies traders, users here in India, for which cryptocurrencies have become bread and butter. And so take that away, and by closing down the exchanges, by not giving them the banking services, is something really bad. So I hope that they come up with some regulations. Rahul Ranjan says, Shiv, what do you think about RBI regulations will have in box? Okay, that's a good question, Rahul. So I think what RBI regulation might have in the box is certain criteria for all the cryptocurrency exchanges. For example, every cryptocurrency exchanges should have a certain amount of capital in order to operate. That's number one. Again, this is just my opinion. I mean, this is just, I'm thinking that these might be the regulations part. I'm not sure what kind of regulations will bring in, but these are the points that they might ask for the exchanges. So that's number one. Number two, they might say that they might check the security level of the exchanges, and so that the users fund, the people who are actually trading onto cryptocurrency exchanges, their funds are secured and safe. I think safety is the number number one thing that regulators are going to look at, that let's say if you're operating an exchange, how safe your exchange is. So how much are you spending into safety, safety measures and all that. So now that's number two. And number three, it could also be that make sure that an individual cannot buy more than this much of cryptocurrencies in a day, or something like that. So maybe a lakh or maybe a 2 lakh or something like that. So I think these are the 3 points that they are definitely going to mention in the regulatory draft. Number one, that exchange have the certain amount of capital with them. Number two is that they have security measures in place, so that in case of hacks and there is no possible hack and or stealing of funds and all that. Number three, there are going to be some limitations on how much one can buy or sell. That's what I think. Long live this channel crypto. Thank you so much, Gaurav, for the donation, and thank you so much, Umesh. Thank you so much for really supporting this channel, guys. I really love you all. I'm promoting blockchain developers for internship. That's awesome, Shantanu. Not a Congress supporter, but I believe would have better understanding of crypto when it trades. Okay. Then Mitro, bread and butter. Bread and butter, yeah. Bread and butter, exactly. I have no clue on that, Rahul. Hey Shiv, later I have a check on this white.org. What exactly is that about, Dinakar? I would love to check that now. If something that you would like people to know, let me know. I would love to have a look at that now, so that everybody can have a look at that. Bhai, I'm switching to crypto based blockchain platform. Bank account बंद कर सकता है क्या? Bhai, I'm switching to crypto based blockchain platform. Bank account बंद कर सकता है क्या? Keep pouring the appreciation to Shiv. Thank you so much, Dinakar. Very true, Umesh Rana. Nice. Gaurav. Amazing. Wow, well said, Umesh. Blockchain related companies के corporate account को भी कोई issue होगा? I'm sure होगा, क्योंकि उन्होंने बोल दिया है चंद्र जी कि किसी भी क्रिप्टो करेंसी को लोग सपोर्ट नहीं करेंगे. तो प्रॉब्लम ये है कि काफ़ी जो ब्लॉकचेन स्टार्टअप्स हैं उनके लिए भी इन्होंने कुछ रेगुलेशंस ड्रॉ नहीं किया है, करेक्ट. तो जो भी ब्लॉकचेन रिलेटेड कंपनीज का अकाउंट्स है, राइट, और शायद उनका बंद ना करें, बट उनके लिए क्या रेगुलेटरी फ्रेमवर्क है वो भी पता नहीं है. एज लॉन्ग एज वो लोग क्रिप्टो करेंसी में डील नहीं कर रहे हैं तो शायद उनका बंद नहीं करेंगे. बट आप ब्लॉकचेन और क्रिप्टो करेंसी को आप सेपरेट नहीं कर सकते हो. आप मतलब it's very difficult. So I think we should have a video on peer-to-peer. Dinakar, right? In fact, I'm just trying to understand the peer-to-peer myself, and once I have that understanding, I think I'll definitely would love to make a video. I think there's a lot of people out there who really want to trade into cryptocurrencies, but just because all the exchanges are shutting down the bank account, they're asking them to so a lot of people will not be able to trade. But what I think is that maybe 7 days down the line, or maybe 10 days down the line, or maybe 20 days down the line, people will start trying all the other methods, like maybe INR, peer-to-peer and other methods. So yeah, I'm definitely planning to do that video as well. Cannot separate public blockchain and crypto. Exactly, that's true. Even the private blockchain, I mean, yeah, public blockchain and crypto cannot be separated for sure. Click to crypto. Kaise ho bhai? But Shiv, are the RBI supported bank safe? Malya Nirav. Exactly. So yeah, that is something that, Umesh, you're right. You're absolutely right. Even the banks are not safe. I mean, RBI will have been supporting those banks, and those are not safe. So of course, I mean, there is the banking system is already in mess. I mean, this is something that we already spoke. If you remember the other video that I made, one of the ex-governor of RBI actually said that the current RBI system in India is completely in mess. So I think bankers already know that, and they have suffered this one after the other. There was one Yeah, there was one Nirav, there was, I mean, there have been multiple. I mean, you can't even count how many fraud cases that there have been with the banking system, and they very well know. I mean, like I don't know if I can find that bank. Let me see, banking system. So this was basically from the ex RBI governor. Public sector banking mess is here to stay, and this is why. Yeah, this one right here. See, the former RBI Governor Reddy blames UPA and NDA for mess in the banking sector. Can you see this? So I mean, they already know that it is in the mess. Robert Richest, thank you so much for the donation, brother. Very soon we will get positive news. Maybe not now, because whole world is moving forward. Our Indian leaders will understand very soon. Yeah, I'm sure India will understand very soon, but my only concern is that they should not be delaying with the regulations. They should come up with the regulations as quickly as they can, because the whole world is really moving ahead, and so India cannot afford to stay behind. That's the only thing. What is going on with the government on one side and ban crypto on the other? They are hosting the auction conference and becoming major. Rahul Dev, true man, true. There is what is going on with the government on the one side, they are banning crypto, on the other side they are hosting blockchain conferences. Exactly. Still is better than the net seller for withdrawal from exchanges. Amazing. Gaurav says banks are the biggest scam of the time but the problem is at this moment we have no other option. That's why government does not want to give us option as well in the form of crypto. Exactly. Cannot separate. Exactly. So BitBNS, yeah, I would love to hear from you. What was the BitBNS plan? Because BitBNS was saying that they are not going to shut down the withdrawals and deposits and things like that. So are they still operating? I mean, are people actually buying cryptocurrency from BitBNS? Is that really true, or are they also closing down? But I'm wondering that how would they be able to operate? I mean, where would they get the exchanges from? Guys, I would request you to please hit the like or the dislikes. This will help the video to reach out to more people so that more and more people can watch it and can benefit from our conversation that we are having right now. The conversation that we are having right now is, I think, one of the most important conversation that we can have at this point in time here in India. And the more people from India who can hear it, and even from across the globe, I think it's only gonna benefit everyone in terms of broadening of the perspective. So I would invite you to definitely hit the like or a dislike, whichever you prefer, so that you can reach out to more people. And definitely feel free to share if you find this content, this conversation between us valuable. Feel free to share with other communities that that you think might benefit with this conversation that we are having right now. Kadrisi Niwas says, Hashim, Modi told that he makes India digitalized so we can accept good news in the future. Yeah, I'm pretty much positive. BitBNS INR withdrawal is still going on. What about the deposits? Brother, IBI ban not do an all night live when BTC goes. Umesh, brother, RBI ban or not, do remember an all night live when BTC goes. Man, Umesh, I'm just wondering that how many people are going to be attending that all night live. I'm ready for the marathon live. Even Gaura has the same opinion that we should be doing a marathon live one day. So we'll definitely do that. Yeah, but BTC has to go to 12K. Okay, I remember that. Yes, I think that would be the celebration night, isn't it? Just bought some a little while back and maybe till 12 p.m. tonight. All right, awesome. All right, guys, that's it. I think that's all I wanted to share. One of the things I wanted to share is how really the world leaders are really actually laughing at India and the decision, and everyone has been looking at India as a potential market. So, and I hopefully that there are some regulations coming in. Dinaka says, I mean. Sandeep says, move your funds to international exchange, and when you need to transfer to Indian bank, use Krill and. All right, that's amazing, Sandeep. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining. It's amazing to have you all. It was a great discussion. It was a great conversation. Thank you so much for giving your inputs into the conversation. Thank you so much for sharing your opinion. Those are very valuable to me, and I'm looking forward to have you once again, maybe tomorrow. And it's been a pleasure. I have placed withdrawal request on third but amount but deposit back into bank, but BNS saying bank refused to accept payment. All right, so it looks like a bit BNS is also not functional. Okay, I like the fact that no panic sell happened. True, very true. We are growing strong. In fact, there was a hike in BTC. Exactly, Umesh. That was something that even surprised me, because I remember what happened with Zepay the other day when they said that they are going to freeze the INR withdrawal. All of a sudden there was a panic sell and the market really crashed. But yesterday there was absolutely no crash. So that's very positive. It seems like people are really getting educated. People have truly started understanding that cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin does not just belong to one country. So it doesn't matter what a country decides to do. It has got a global value. It has got a global value. Every cryptocurrency have a global value. You heard CPS coin? No, Mahesh, I haven't heard. I would love to look into that. Okay, by the way, everyone, thank you so much for joining. It was my pleasure to have you. I just want to say goodbye to all of you, and I'll see you all tomorrow. I'm looking forward to have you all tomorrow. So till then, take care, and I hope you had fun. And I'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much for Umesh for the donation. Thank you so much Gaurav for the lovely donation and support. And thank you so much Robert for your donation. This really, really means a lot. This really shows that you value the content, and I'm really grateful to you that you're supporting this channel. With that, I end this live. I'm looking forward to see you all tomorrow. Goodbye.
Wonderful.